Good morning. It's Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a good start to the week. I don't care, man. Listen, I know all of your other favorite gig tubers, they're coming at you live now on this vertical setup. They're all looking like TikTok stars, you know? Everybody's filming now this way, and that's not what we're going to do today. We're going to keep doing this how we've been doing it on Welty. Because I know there's people out there, I can't be the only one. I know there's people out there that appreciate the horizontal format. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning, Steve. We got W's in the chat to start the morning. I love that. What's up, Giggity? Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about today. Brandon says only Welty can save the NBA dunk contest. I want to talk a little bit about the dunk contest, if you can tell by the thumbnail. I'm also going to talk about, we can talk about the rest of All-Star Weekend. Guys versus girls deal on the three-point contest. We can talk about. I was supposed to talk about it on my last live, and I completely forgot the topic. By the way, we're going to start out with an $8 3.4 mile big walk delivery right here. Anyway, I was supposed to talk about it last week, right after the Super Bowl, because I found one of the most interesting ads to be the RFK political campaign ad. I wanted to see y'all's opinions on that. Do you even that? I guess it's good that we waited to talk about it, because now it's been a long enough time. Like, was it even an effective ad? Do you even remember it? Do you even know what I'm talking about? There was only one of them. But it's been brought back to the news, in my opinion, based on the fact that RFK has come out and apologized. He apologized for the ad, so we'll talk about that later. And, Denzel Washington as Macbeth. Got a few comments on that as well. If we've got more time today, we might do a Wordle, and we might talk a little bit about gig work itself. Welcome to the live gig work show where gig work is kind of on the back burner. I did want to mention, though, last night, well, first of all, we can start before last night. How about just now as I went live, DoorDash gave me a new TOS to agree to. Did you have, I want to know, did y'all see that? Are we seeing that at the same time? Or are they rolling it out at different times? I didn't read it, obviously, because I had to get live quickly. So I just kind of scrolled down. I accept, move on. So I don't know what it entails. Hopefully I didn't just agree to something that's something that I'm not willing to agree to. Tony says, Ryan, what if you could multicast one horizontally and one vertically? I'd consider that, but I think before I would do that on YouTube, before I would do 2 live streams on YouTube at the same moment, I would go live on more platforms. I'm considering doing the live and having another phone mounted right here and doing this on TikTok at the same time, because Gary V keeps trying to convince me of it. Gary V keeps telling me, I mean, look, I'm wearing the shirt today. I'm wearing a Gary V shirt today. He keeps telling me the easiest way to get attention right now, free attention from people who don't know you, is TikTok live, not YouTube live. Good morning, Kevin. Tony says, bro, I was waiting at a restaurant for an order and women's basketball was on. They are good for girls, but they actually suck. Oh, there's a hot take from Tony. The girls suck at basketball, even the good ones. Okay. Giggity said, I went ahead and hit your like button. Don't make me regret it. I'll try. Giggity also said, Tony, I was picking up at Chili's and they were playing women's basketball. Tony said, Giggity, did you see them actually score? Oh, man. Hey, y'all, these comments coming from a man with a great wife and many daughters. Roasting female basketball. Steve says, I haven't a new TOS yet, but I have seen messages that many others have. Yeah. Just came to me this morning. I'll have to do some research later today on what's actually in it. Why are they doing that? Because like I said, I didn't have time for it. I'm here at the restaurant for our first pickup. This is actually where I did my pickup last night that I wanted to talk about. We'll do a little bit of gig talk before we get into like real life topics. I saw this order yesterday and I actually texted Tony about it to make sure. I'm like, is there something I need to know here? Like what's going on? Check it out. Same restaurant, Big Walk, double pickup. Obviously going to two different customer drop-offs, 3336 for 9.1 miles. But look what it says on the bottom. May need returns. And I was like, what? I was like, what is that? What is that all about? May need returns. Why? So I texted Tony. He gave me some theory here on, let's see what he said. It's probably, Tony says it's probably because if there's alcohol, they would have to show ID. But what I find is boba shows up on menus sometimes as alcohol. For the record, obviously there was no alcohol involved in the delivery. I did both. Here's the end screen. There's my payment. Both, I got this done really quickly. It didn't take much time. I got it done in 25 or 30 minutes. Nothing weird was requested of me by either DoorDash or the customers. But it literally made me hesitate, man. Even a good order like that, $3 per mile, $3.50 per mile, $33 for 9 miles, whatever. I looked at it and I didn't instant accept it because I was looking at that and I was like, hold on now, what am I agreeing to do here? What are we doing here? Giggity said, hey, look at Welty starting with a banger, kinda. What, the $8 one we're about to do or last night? Yeah, Tony was like, oh, look, on one order. He was like, look, on this one order right here, you're hitting your daily lunch average earnings. And I just responded and I was like, yeah, dinner's better than lunch here, but we're going to do our best. I'll be right back. Our $8 order that we're starting with should be ready. Alrighty. Giggity says Welty has become skeptical of DoorDash. That's more and more true. It is. It is more and more true by the day. Tony says, I have some exciting news coming to the channel soon. Uh-oh. Channel related, like career related, or family related? Uh-oh, Tony. Uh-oh. Let me ask you this, Tony. Can you afford the news that you're going to share? Giggity said, I can't seem to upload my insurance to Spark. It's been 2 weeks. Huh. I have Spark going today. I did a Spark Saturday. I did a $26 Spark on Saturday. So since we're talking about last night a little bit anyway, I'll also mention, like, I had the day off, so I got to spend a little more time with her than normal on a Monday, or a lot more, actually, you know, obviously. President's Day. So after that $33 Moe's stack order that I did, I went and picked us up some, or no, it wasn't Moe's, it was Big Walk, but I went and picked us up some Moe Monday after that. Where am I even going here? Okay, so I did the $33 stack order, then I went to Moe's and picked us up some Moe Monday, and I took it back home, and she wanted to watch the Denzel Washington Macbeth, because she's showing Macbeth in class today. They just went through it and read it, did whatever, and they're ending their little Macbeth Shakespeare unit by watching a movie. And she had one version of Macbeth available to her, but she signed up for this free trial on one of the streaming platforms. She got a week free to see the Denzel. I don't know which streaming platform it is. But we're watching it and we're like, oh my gosh, like, this is in black and white. Like the whole thing. And sometimes you'll watch movies and the first scene will be in black and white, and then it'll, like, because that provides like past context, and then it snaps into the rest of the movie. And we just kept watching and we're like, dude, no, this entire movie is going to be in black and white. And it was made in 2021, y'all. More than that, it looked like the sets were really cheap. And so we didn't end up watching the entire thing, because I was like, I'm really sorry, Allison, like, this is just not my thing. I'm just not into this. But we watched enough that she was able to decide she's gonna show the other one. She's gonna show the movie with color in class today. And she said she's gonna show one of the scenes from one or two maybe, of the scenes from the Denzel Washington Macbeth. But I just thought it was interesting. You could kind of tell that the entire budget for that production, that's how they got Denzel Washington. That's how they got him. They just spent it all on him. And they sacrificed everything else. So I don't recommend it unless you're just into that kind of thing. If you're like into Shakespeare, go for it. But if you're just an average Joe like me, I wouldn't waste your time on the Denzel Washington Macbeth. That's my opinion. Tony says the 6 kids are not getting a new sibling, if that's what you're getting at. Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was getting at. But I figured, I was like, there's just no way. But I did. Maybe it was on my mind because I went to a party on Friday night, and a friend of ours, a couple, broke the news to us that they're going to have number 4. So it's just fresh on my mind Friday night. And they just had a baby last year. These two friends of mine are younger than I am, and they're about to have their 4th baby. And that's pretty crazy. Because I know like 6 is crazy. 6 is one thing. Like, that's a lot, but almost in another universe, it's even more crazy to me that somebody younger than me would be on their 4th. But they're happy and they're a great family. And my buddy, the dad, he just graduated on Friday. This is why we were celebrating. He graduated from like cop school or whatever they would call it. Cop training, you know what it takes to be a cop in South Carolina. And he starts today. He started today, so I'll have to reach out to him and see how it went. Alrighty, here we are at the drop off. All right, sweet. 22 minutes in, and we've earned enough that I can eat lunch today. Let's go, baby. We can get an $8 lunch if we want to. What's up, Jehu? Giggity said Denzel needs to stick with more Equalizer type movies. I don't know. I mean, my takeaway watching it wasn't like Denzel's not doing a good job. I thought he's probably doing good for I mean, I was sitting there and I was impressed because I was like, how do these people freaking remember these lines? How does he remember what to say? Because you have to be like super precise in acting out Shakespeare. And I was just watching it and I was like, I couldn't even pretend, like I couldn't do one scene. There's just no way. You could give me a month. You could give me a month and say, hey, remember this text right here, word for word. And because the language is so different, I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know if I should turn left or right here. We're in between. We're smack in between two different hotspots. So instead of just picking one, I'm just going to park right in the middle and hope that that works. We're just going to park it right here at a church. Tony said, Ryan, do you want a short idea that will get repeat views at least in the Driven fam house? Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me hear it. Yeah, the channel's been, I appreciate y'all for helping the channel along. I decided that this year I'm going to try to really grow the channel. And we're making some progress. Since the last time I went live, I had a short go. I had my second short hit 10,000 views, which was really cool. We're up to 1,600 subscribers on the channel. Right now, I'm working on a short series that will last 1 week, Monday through Sunday of this week. Comment on all my stuff, y'all. Comment on every single one of these shorts you see. And each comment is a chance at winning however much lottery winnings we get out of these 7 tickets. Somebody's going to win it. Somebody's going to win it. So Brandon said, I comment and don't win. Scam. Brandon, you've won multiple. Brandon is the, I think, the only multi-winner in my channel's history, and he talks like that. Tony said, find that portion of your live last year where you attempted the Fox in Socks page about three fleas. There's a lot of stuff that I could find. Yeah, I remember that exactly. There's a lot of stuff I could pull from old lives. If I ever get in like a car accident that paralyzes me from like the waist down, I can't do this anymore, then the way that I'll keep the YouTube channel running is by going back and watching all my old lives and clipping stuff from it. Dang, that was dark. That was dark. Brandon said, I'm still negative because of a $25 mixtape I could have gotten for free on YouTube. Drive to the Green. You still have access to Drive to the Green before everybody else. Has not been released on YouTube yet. Congratulations, Brandon. Brandon said, oh, but the signature might be worth something one day, like my Beanie Baby collection. I also had an upload do pretty well. The Bretsky by the numbers. Bretsky by the numbers upload doing pretty well. 500 views, up over 500 views in 4 days. I think that's pretty decent. And it seems to be different than all my other videos. Quite often I have a big spike and it gets all of its views in like 1 or 2 days, most. And then it just stops. Like the views just stop running up. This Bretsky by the numbers video, it's been pretty consistent for the last 4 days, getting like 100 or more views. Like it's kind of a slow progress. So I'm interested in watching this video into the future to see, is that kind of, does that kind of, you know, is that actually better for my views long term? Because what it might indicate to me is that it's not being picked up in the algorithm randomly. It's not sending it to people randomly. It seems that makes me think that people who were intended to see that video are finding it. And there's other analytics I could check on that too, like percent of video viewed. It's hard to get people. I find it shocking. It's hard to get people to watch half of a YouTube video. People's attention span these days is so piss poor. I'm telling you, like, I won't click on a YouTube video unless I know I'm about to watch it all. I'm not going to, I don't stop a video halfway through. And maybe that's just the creator in me, because I understand, like, no one creating a video ever intends for the message to be gotten half watched. So that's why I watch it all, even if I'm not enjoying it. I'll finish it because I need to know, like, maybe everything's tied together at the end, or maybe there's a payoff at the end, you know? You just don't know. Tony says the analytics will also tell you if it was searched or found on the homepage. That's true. Gotcha. Let me read this text from Tony. I won't read it out loud, but I want to read it. Nice. I like it, Tony. I like it. People are going to be interested in that for sure. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Maybe sitting here in the middle of two hot spots is not the move. What else can we talk about? Oh, the dunk contest. Let me show y'all. I won some money on this bad boy. Ooh, maybe I should have accepted that one. Shoot. Well, it's gone now. I made 4 $25 bets on All-Star Weekend. Excuse me. Here was my loser. I lost one of them. I put Jaylen Brown in each of these bets, and he was in the dunk contest, and he needed to score more than 94.5 round one points in 2 dunks. So 100 available points. He needed to get to 94.6. He ended up at 96.4. That's what we've been waiting for right there. 1066, 3.2 miles. Let's do it. So before I do my winning bets, because that one was a loser, balls made in, and he ended up hitting 6 of them. And the pain in the butt about that one was, first of all, shout out to Damian Lillard, because I didn't believe in him. I doubted him. He won the 3-point contest last year, and so I said, he ain't going to do it again. He's been having a tough year in Milwaukee. He's not been shooting the ball very well, in my opinion. So I was like, I think he's going to struggle. And I looked at the number and I'm like, 5.5. Like, he would have, the only way I can lose this is if he hits 6, 7, 8, or 9 out of 9 money ball shots. The first 6 money ball shots, he made 3 and missed 3. So at that point, you know, we're about halfway or 2/3 of the way through the 3-point contest. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to win this. All he has to do is miss one of the final 3 shots. Well, he ended up going make. He also ended up winning the 3-point contest back-to-back, and he became the first player ever to win the 3-point contest and the All-Star Game MVP itself on the same weekend. So he definitely handed me an L, and I deserved it. But the biggest bet that I made all weekend was that Jaylen Brown is going to get more than 94.5 points on his round 1 dunks. Because I thought that was just a freaking guarantee. I thought he can go out there and put up bad dunks, like below average, and they're still going to score him high, because how badly does the NBA want a Jaylen Brown versus Mac McClung final in the dunk contest? The other 2 competitors were Jaime Jaquez and Obi Toppin's brother. You know, kind of no-name people in basketball. And so I thought they were going to rig it. And sure enough, they gave me what I was looking for. I didn't think the Jaylen Brown dunks were especially good, but they scored them high because they wanted him in the final. Because if, you know, part of the problem right now with the dunk contest is they can't get superstars to do it. So I was like, okay, they're not going to get an actual all-star in here and have him be embarrassed. They're going to score him high even if he doesn't earn it, because they need more stars in future years. So they're going to prop him up. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, if you look at the last 4 all-stars to participate in the dunk contest, it's like Jaylen Brown, Victor Oladipo, technically, DeAndre Jordan, and Andre Drummond. So, like, the other 3, even the all-stars that participate, they're like bottom-tier all-stars. So Jaylen Brown's the biggest name they've gotten since, like, Blake Griffin, I would say. And so I was like, okay, they're gonna probably score this man no lower than a 47 on either dunk. That's what I told myself. I was like, all he has to do is complete the dunk. Just literally, like, successfully make the dunk. It doesn't have to be crazy creative. It doesn't have to be super high talent. Just physically get the basketball through the hoop, and they're gonna send you to the final. But I'm still down $25, so I got to show y'all my winners, because I had some picks. I had more picks in the 3-point contest other than Damian Lillard going under. I thought the over-under for Trae Young was criminally low, man. They had him at 21 first-round points, 21. I was like, dude, that's disrespectful. That's kind of disrespectful to Trae Young. So I popped the over, and I made him pay for it. I tried to make him pay for it as much as I could. Here we go. We got $75 win. That's really a $50 win. It says 75, but that includes the $25 initial investment that I made. So we got the Jaylen Brown over and the Trae Young over. Then I put those same two into another $25 bet that pays $125 with one more leg of this parlay. Will not be satisfied until later. But if you read this, all Jokic has to do is get one 30-point game in the final 27 games of the season. If Jokic scores 30 or more points one more time, then I'm going to win $100. And my last one was the Donovan Mitchell over 20. Donovan Mitchell got me a $50 win. So in total, let's say Jokic gets his 30-point game next weekend, then I will have made $175 profit. It's a nice little weekend, man. $175 watching the All-Star game. It was fun. It's fun to do that. And of course, if you want $100 for free on PrizePicks, $100 instant first deposit match, you can find that link in the description of this live show on YouTube. Alrighty, I'm going to go in and pick this up. I'll be right back. All right, we've got 1.8 miles to go. Sweet, yeah, not a bad drive at all. We're actually delivering to the same woman that we delivered to on the last live stream, where I mistakenly went to the wrong building. I just assumed it was going to be one building and it was a different building. This time we're going to go to the right building the first time. What do we have being said in the comments? Oh, Tony's going to go off on basketball right here. Tony says, since I'm only 5'8", I used to set up a trash can in my driveway as a teen. I literally only needed 1 inch more to jump to my jump to dunk. But instead, I launched off a trash can. Tony said, bro, I looked up an article about this battle of the sexes 3-point contest, and they are stretching the truth of the matter. Ionescu being able to draw Curry out onto the court and compete with him like she did is an example of the enormous respect the women's game has gained among fans and their male counterparts in the NBA. Tony says, don't get me wrong, women have a platform to play professional sports, but let's not fool ourselves into thinking that the value of entertainment from the WNBA is anything compared to the NBA. That's true. I was thinking, like, there's only one All-Star Weekend competition that women could even come close to competing in, and that is the shooting aspect. But put a woman in the dunk contest, see what happens. Anyway, back to Tony's comments. If anything, women's soccer is a much better event to watch than men's. Women don't flop in soccer like men. I don't really watch either soccer team, men's or women's. There was 1 year, or not even a year, but there was like a 1 month stretch back in like high school where the U.S. men's national team was doing pretty decent in a World Cup, and I watched a good portion of that World Cup. But that's it. And I'll watch the men's Olympic team in the Olympics too, but I feel like it didn't usually end up lasting that long, or we don't even like make it to begin with or whatever. And I'm not a big enough supporter to watch the qualifying tournaments before the Olympics. Like, I'm not going to do that. Hey, listen, if you make the Olympics, then I'll watch your Olympic game for sure. But I'm not about to just watch you try to qualify for the Olympics. See, if you play soccer for the United States, you got to do that on your own time. If you're not good enough to even make the Olympics, I'm not interested. I mean, that's just a prerequisite to me. Just being involved in the Olympic tournament of soccer. Yeah, you should do that. That's your job. You got to get in there. This is the United States of freaking America. I don't want to hear, oh, it's a big deal. We even qualify. No, it's not. Get in there. Get in there, and then we'll talk. $49 minutes into the shift, we have made $18. $1.66. Tony said World Cup is when I see soccer because it's on in the restaurants. That's true. Yeah, dude, go pick up from Sharonda's or Los Cantaritos on a World Cup day. I promise you, it's gonna be on the TV. All right, this time we're still in between two different hotspots, the same two hotspots, but we're a lot closer to one than the other this time. So I'm just gonna commit. I'm gonna commit to the university hotspot right here. Let's deliver to some college kids. Tony said, good typing skills. Did you get to do touched by typing curriculum in school too? I had a typing class in high school. Sort of. Well, we did more than that. I guess it was a computers class, but typing was part of the. We would start every day with a typing thing where it would be like, it would probably be 3 paragraphs of text, or not text. It would be 3 paragraphs of text, and you would have to like complete it within a certain amount of time, like less than 3 minutes or something like that. You had to, and if you couldn't do it, then you had to do it again until you got it. And we also played this like life simulator game. We played this life simulator game, and it was a little bit like Sims, but it wasn't. It was like just some sort of school laptop version of Sims. But anyway, I had my little character, and you could decide how the character was going to spend every hour of their day to like work on different categories of their life. And all I did was I just had my little character working double shifts every day. 16-hour work days. And at the end, it was like, you have not prioritized like your character's personal well-being and mental health and physical, physical health. Like, you didn't hardly exercise character, and your character spent no time looking for love and with their family, and your character spent 0 minutes on entertainment. And I was like, yeah, but he's a millionaire. He out-earned all y'all, though. Because I didn't buy him anything either. I had him you get this little like apartment, and you can put a couch and a bed and rug, different rugs, and you could like personalize his living quarters. I said, no, buddy. No, you don't get to buy anything, dude. You're just going to work and work and work and work, and then you're going to go sleep on the floor in your apartment. And then you're going to get up and you're going to work again tomorrow. And so his savings rate was very high as well. But yeah, that dude became a millionaire in no time. Tony said, LOL, Welty's making his sim into Vivek. Hey, listen, Vivek has a beautiful wife and 2 kids. It's obviously he's spent some amount of time creating a family. But yeah, that was basically the idea. Like, make it so that this character, by the time this character is like 37 years old, he's retired. And then you tell me who has more time for entertainment after that. And my teacher was like, are you just trying to be funny, or like, do you think this is how you're going to actually live your life? I was like, dude, don't try to teach me some like life lesson out of this bootleg Sims game. I get it. I'm just trying to win. Like, if you put me on a video game, I'm going to look at it as a competition. And I'm choosing this guy's net worth as my metric of success. So. The RFK ad, do any of you remember the RFK ad from the Super Bowl? Tony, do you even recall the ad? I'm not necessarily asking for your opinion on the ad. I'm just asking, do you even remember it? I was watching the Super Bowl at this point with 7. I think there were 7 of us. At this point, we had 7 people, all in the same age bracket. We were all between the ages of 22 and 26. Okay, Tony says, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, never even heard of the ad until now. Okay. All right, so I was watching the Super Bowl with 7 people between the ages of 22 and 26. All people, aside from myself. Let me exclude me and Allison from this analysis. The other 5 people, I would say they're not incredibly political, a little bit hands off in terms of politics as a priority in their life. Somewhat middle of the road. Definitely wouldn't qualify as far right, and obviously wouldn't qualify as far left, or else they wouldn't have been invited into my home. But they don't. I wouldn't say they agree with everything I believe. They would be much more close to the center. Which would make them consider RFK, right? He's the independent. He's the one that hasn't been a president before, so people have less solidified opinions on him. And anyway, so that's the type of person that I was watching the Super Bowl with. And I'm going to say the ad did not land. I thought to myself of a Kennedy ad, I 50s or 60s, I forget. I forget which exact ad it was trying to, I think 60s. I think it was from the early 60s. And he was remaking a Kennedy ad. And so it looked old-timey. It did not land with the demographic of people that I was watching the Super Bowl with. Those are people that could potentially have their vote change. Me, y'all know me. A Super Bowl ad does not influence who I'm gonna vote for in the slightest, like at all. I could have voted. Dude, I don't know. You could have had me vote for the 2024 election back in, let's see, 2009. I could have submitted my vote for this election 15 years ago, and it would have just been, my vote would not have changed from then to now or into the history of humanity. There is no combination of events that could change my vote in 2024, including a Super Bowl ad. But, even among people that are maybe more towards the middle, the ad just did not land. And I was thinking, who is this targeted to? If you're going to make a Super Bowl ad and it's going to be a remake of a 1960s Kennedy campaign commercial, who would even recognize it? You're going to have either really old people might recognize it, because the young people in my house certainly didn't. Or very political people who are like super into that and would recognize exactly what that ad was a remake of. But you have to like really care and know the history of American politics to pick up on exactly what that was. And in that case, those are the people whose votes you cannot get. They're not going to change their vote. People that are that politically aware, their vote's not available. So I thought it was an odd choice. Tony says he's a hard lefty outside of his COVID stance. Yeah, I know, like Theo Von types. I think like Theo Von and I think maybe Joe Rogan. Don't quote me on that though. But I've heard Theo Von several times basically endorsing RFK. That's the kind of voter he's going to get. I think RFK will get some votes for people that basically don't have the balls to go on record as a Trump voter but also no, like there's just no reasonable thought process which leads you into re-electing Joe Biden. Unless you've like been living in a coma for 6 years, then maybe. If you have been in a coma for the last 6 years, then I understand you at least considering Joe Biden. Other than that, it's like unthinkable to me. There just is no way. This order right here, I don't know if we can. No, I'm gonna say no. That was 1150 for 7.8 miles, but it was out of my zone though. Hopefully I don't regret these declines right here. But I think we can do better. Yeah, especially I do get it. If you're a public figure right now, like Theo Von, I understand why you would come out openly as a supporter of RFK as your vote. Because then you're trying to be in the middle. You're not trying to pick sides. You're not trying to lose a portion of your fan base. I get it. The way I roll, but I understand it. Oh yeah, and then there's the fact that he came out and apologized for the ad afterwards. He apologized to the rest of his family because apparently some people in his family were upset about it. And I obviously I don't believe in apologizing for almost anything unless you like did something sinful. But I wouldn't categorize campaign commercial strategy or concept. I wouldn't apologize for a freaking Super Bowl ad. There's nothing sinful about what he did at all. So but I guess some family members were like mad because you didn't run this by us and he's our family too. So what? So what, man? You don't. Come on now. So I really lost respect for him there. Dude, stand up to those people if they're giving you crap for acknowledging your last name and your family's history in this country. And they want to guilt trip you. I'm not apologizing for that. Tony says, I'm pretty sure that RFK will be hurting Biden more than Trump. I hope you're right. This is something that I've thought about a lot. Yep. By the way, Trump comes to, I'm pretty sure it's Friday. Let me check my email right here. Let me check my email confirmation. Pretty sure it's going to be Friday that Trump is in Rock Hill. Here we go. Friday, February 23rd. Yeah, man. 4 p.m. Eastern. Doors open at 1 o'clock. So your boy might not even do a lunch shift on Friday. I'm gonna get there. I might get there in the morning. I want to be like the first person in there. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna go see Donald Trump on Friday at the Coliseum. He's been to Rock Hill before, and I've never gone to one of his events. But I just want to lay my eyes on Donald Trump himself in the flesh one time in my life. And I'm going to have the opportunity on Friday. I don't think I'll get to shake his hand like I did with Vivek. I really doubt that that's going to happen. But, yeah, man, he's coming to Rock Hill. We vote. South Carolina votes on Saturday. So we're gonna send Nikki Haley a message, y'all. Listen, I know I have a lot of people that watch me around the nation. And you've probably all got different opinions on Nikki Haley. Trust me, you're about to see South Carolina send a message. So if you don't like Nikki Haley right now, this week right here, it's a good time to be excited. I'm actually going to accept this 7 for 6.8 miles out into kind of the middle of nowhere. Y'all usually don't see me accept this right here, but I'm accepting it because that's going to take us right to the recycling center that I need to go to. I've got some glass with me in the back seat. I've got a bunch of glass. So we need to stop over there anyway. Might as well get paid for the mileage. By the way, Nikki Haley has been having events in Rock Hill as well. But I'm not going. Brandon said, what's your take on the horizontal gig tube? I feel like I'm the only one left. I feel like everybody's going vertical. Tony said, my little brother shook Trump's hand at Mar-a-Lago. Wow. Wow, man. Yeah, I think and I've spoken about this before, I think the way that this is going to go in history is Trump is going to, after Trump passes away or is killed, after Trump is gone, decades later, I think he's going to be seen a lot more favorably than he is right now, for example. And so I think it's going to be cool to be able to say, like, I went to a Trump campaign rally. Like, I was there. It's a different. I know I'm young. I'm only 26 years old, so I have a short history. But man, his rallies are unlike anything that I've ever seen. For it is an absolute movement. It's a party. I mean, it is something to behold, and I can't wait to see it in person. I don't know if there's another human on earth right now that can get more people to one place than Donald Trump. But we're supposed to believe, we're supposed to believe, though, that Joe Biden got 81 million votes, though. At the last second. We've got visual evidence that with consistency, people passionately show up to support Donald Trump. And we don't have that with Biden, but when it came time to vote, I guess all of a sudden 81 million people decided to vote for Joe Biden, and we're supposed to believe it. But fool me twice. And this is why Vivek, my guy Vivek, keeps saying it's not going to be, don't even worry about Joe Biden. He's not even going to be running for president come November. And I don't know. I don't know if Vivek's right or not. I have no idea. But I know what they won't do is the same thing that happened last time. There is no way. They're just not going to be able to get away with that again. Because last time it was semi-believable because they tried to convince everybody Joe Biden won, not because 81 million people wanted to vote for Biden, but because 81 million people may have wanted to vote against Trump. And that was semi-believable. They're not going to be able to pull that again this time because the tone of the country is a lot different than it was 3 years ago. The conversation's a lot different. The hate is not as strong. I know it's not as strong as it was. We're out of COVID. They're just not going to be able to pull that same shtick again. So we'll see what happens. Golly, did that feel like a long wait to y'all? I feel like that was about 15 minutes. For, one meal. It's not even a lot of food. A 2-piece chicken dinner with coleslaw. I don't know if I would give up. I don't know if I'd be willing to give up ownership of an NBA team in the interest of running for president of the United States. I don't think I would do that. Especially if my hypothetical becomes true. If we go Trump 2024, Vivek 28, Vivek 32, Chris White 36, Royce. No, am I right? Is my timeline right? 2024, 28, 32? Yeah. Royce 36 and Royce 2040. After that, 20 years of leadership, I don't think my presidency would be necessary. But chances are it's not going to go down exactly like that. But yeah, if those were the next 5 winners of our presidential elections, I'm not going to need to be president. And I'll keep my ownership of the Hornets. I think I'm going to miss this light because this guy in front of me wants to drive 4 miles under the speed limit instead of 4 miles over. Good, buddy. Well done. Well done. At least he got up out of the way. Now he's no longer in front of me. Tony says you could sell it to me for a bargain and I'll sell it back to you. Dude, that's that would be a very politician move of me, wouldn't it? That would be very on brand for the politicians. Yeah, I'm probably going to start going to more of the Hornets home games. I went to the first 5, I think it was, like 4. I went to the first 4 or 5 home games because my tickets weren't selling. It was almost as if people forgot that the season started. And then they started selling, and like just over and over and over, every game would sell through the middle of the year. So I think I've been missing going to the games, and so we're going to go to more down the stretch here. We're going to go to more of the games intentionally, and I'm excited because I think we're going to see Luka and Kyrie. We're going to see the Clippers. We're going to go see Russ, Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden. I think there's a chance we're going to go see the Celtics. So we got some exciting games coming up. Especially off the trade deadline, we're 3-0. We're 3-0 off the trade deadline. Hopefully, LaMelo will come back to close the year out. I'm in a bunch of Hornets fan Facebook groups, and people are like, "Do you think we're gonna make the Can we actually sneak into the play-in tournament?" And people are discussing that. That I've decided, okay, let me go look at the standings and figure out what I think. Can we actually are we actually close to the play-in? Because we won 3 games in a row? No, we're not even close. All these people, we're 10 games back. We're 10 games back of Atlanta for the 10th seed. There's only 27 games left. Let me just tell you right now, Charlotte, it's not going to happen. Don't even entertain the idea. Don't get yourself hyped up for no reason. But the question is, next year, can we be competitive? And can we stay healthy? How about that? And can Miles Bridges not start the season suspended? Once we can do that, we might have a shot. We really might. Brandon Miller he's a guy. Brandon Miller is a guy. In the NBA, in my opinion, there's a lot of it is like it factor. There's an it factor element. And Brandon Miller has it. He wants to win way more than LaMelo does. You can just see it on their face. You can just see it on their faces. Who wants it more? Are the earnings updated? Yes, they are, but they're about to change. Hello, Brooke. How's it going? Welcome to the chat. That means Brooke subscribed. Appreciate that. Much appreciated. If you would like to in the live chat and you can't figure out why your message won't go through or why you can type something, all you got to do is quickly hit that sub button. And then you can Say what you want. You can say, I've been listening to you for the last 90 minutes, and you are dead wrong. And, Welty, you're an idiot. And that's fine. I'll hear you out. Or you can just say hello, like Brooke did. And that'll be a lot nicer. I usually don't deliver back here, so I don't know exactly which house I'm going to. Here we go. Found it. Brooke said, thank you. No, thank you. Thanks for being a part of our live. The comment says, please make sure they give me the right order before you leave. It's been wrong before. That's the right order. Let's drop it off. Brooke said, I found you by searching for compulsive gambling videos. Nice. Welcome. Tony says, look at that, Ryan. You're reaching a new audience. We got to, man. I wasn't getting enough respect in the gig niche. I mean, we still have more Driven out here with more respect on his name than me. All right, we're gonna hit the recycling center real quick, and then beyond that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we'll keep this going or not, because we've made 25.66, I think. Not great. Not great at all. That's what happens when you take a $7 for 6.8 mile DoorDash. And then on top of that, you have to wait for 15 minutes at the restaurant. That will absolutely annihilate your shift. All right. We got to take this glass because My trash and recycling gets picked up by the city, but they don't handle glass. You have to like deal with your own glass. So Giggity said, "Hey, I used to live there between the dumpsters." Brooke said, "Can you say my full name like Dasher Benj said Mary's full name?" Ha ha ha! I get it. I thought I had a new subscriber, but I don't. What's this profile pic? Hold up, I can't look at that when I get back home. The Uber what's an IP? The Uber tip came in at the expected $8.16. I need to get myself something to eat too. Now, I'm like really hungry now. I told myself I was going to eat at the beginning of the shift, and here we are, and it's almost 1:15, and I have had nothing to eat today. Brooke said 2 hours into the stream, and we can finally afford a mixtape. An hour 55, actually. And we got an errand done. How about that? That's why they call me Errand Boy, because we take the recycling out while we gig work. Woo! Allison's going to be so happy with me. I'm going to say, hey, Allison, how was your work day? And she's going to say, great, we watched Macbeth. She's going to say, what did you do? I'm going to say, I took out the recycling, and I made enough money for us to, like, I made enough money for one of us to have dinner tonight. So how hungry are you? It's been too long since I got cream pied. I'm feeling a nice warm cream pie right now. Okay, I got to see this profile picture here. What? It's so freaking little. Can't tell who that's supposed to be. Looks like a mixture of like... Looks like a mixture of Kamala Harris and Rachel Cruz. Oh, Tony said it's a lady with no money in her wallet. Gotcha.
Did you use them about today?
No.
Okay, what's your order?
I'd like a McDouble small fry, please.
Anything else?
And 1 strawberry cream pie.
Okay, so then also first with the please.
Hey.
Sorry. Thank you. Have a good one. Hi.
Hello. Thank you.
McDouble fry.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm not picking up any orders. I'm willing to keep it going if we catch something before I get home, but otherwise, I'm going to start driving back to my house. Go, idiot. Golly, you holding me up. Tony said, is Benj almost graduated? I don't know. It has been a while, hasn't it? It's been a minute. I feel like my cop friend went through cop school faster than Benj is going through his program. Terrible. Terrible offer. Alrighty, I made it back home. We made a whopping $25, which is enough to pay for a handful of YouTube shorts. A handful. The 7 days worth of scratch offs that we're doing for this giveaway is worth $40. It's $40 worth of scratch offs. Hopefully we'll end up winning more than that and having a significant giveaway. So this 2-hour live stream almost, it paid for about half of those lottery tickets. That's what I'm gonna do when I go in. I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm gonna film tomorrow's short today, right now. Go ahead and get it prepared. Brooke says, do all these comments count toward the giveaway? No. I don't think I could go back and do that. That'd be too much. Comments on video uploads and YouTube shorts will all count, including all of your past comments from 2 years ago. All of those count. Somebody will be chosen at random. Unless all 7 tickets lose, and then in that case, that's going to be pretty that's going to be pretty tough. There's a chance of that. Look at what I'm looking at, y'all. 350 for 8.3. That's why y'all are wondering, like, how'd you only make $25? Why are you ending your lunch shift already? Because that's looking at right there. Brooke said, what if Benj wins? I guess there's a chance of that, isn't there? Honestly, knowing Benj, I don't think he would want to win. I think if he won scratch off lottery ticket winnings, he would be like, I don't even want that. I don't do that. I don't support that. He said, do I have to comment on each video? You don't have to do anything. I'm telling people that they increase their odds of winning by commenting on all my stuff. Because I'm literally just going to pick a random comment generator. It's just going to pick one. So. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. I might go live again this week. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, you'll see me soon. I'll have a video uploaded. Obviously, at least one short a day. And I'll get y'all a video upload pretty soon. I will see you then on Welty.